Hey everyone, welcome back to Car Auto Tune Up. When the camera glides across the front once again, it's impossible not to focus on the timeless Porsche DNA. That instantly familiar sloping hood, low nose, and wide track remind us why the 911 silhouette has survived generations almost untouched. The 2026 model takes that heritage and modernizes it with a sharper edge. Literally, the HD Matrix LED headlights are slimmer yet more expressive, designed not just to illuminate the road but to carve a visual identity recognizable from a mile away. Watch closely as the front fascia incorporates resculpted intakes that optimize cooling for the turbocharged flat 6, and on higher trims, you'll notice vertical elements that draw the eye inward, emphasizing width and purpose. Even parked, the Carrera gives the impression of motion, like it's ready to pounce forward at any moment. Moving along the side, the proportions capture balance and precision. The iconic roofline flows seamlessly from the windshields to the engine cover, arching in that classic teardrop curve honed over decades in wind tunnels and on racetracks. The wheel arches flare with confidence, wrapping around alloys that can be optioned up to 22 inches, filling the stance with strength. The subtle creases along the doors catch the light as you walk around, giving the car a living, breathing quality as if the metal is sculpted muscle. In the Carrera T, enthusiasts will note the reduced sound deadening, a purposeful decision to let drivers feel the road and hear the engine more clearly. The side mirrors, shaped for aerodynamic efficiency, sit like functional jewelry, a sleek, compact, but unmissable inform. Swing to the rear and you find the soul of the 911 experience. The taillight strip stretches across the width, now thinner and more modern than ever, giving the impression of a futuristic light blade cutting through darkness. The adaptive rear spoiler integrates so seamlessly that at rest, you hardly notice it's there. But once speed built, it deploys, marrying beauty with downforce. Dual or quad exhaust tips, depending on trim, sing a symphony that tells anyone nearby this isn't just a luxury car, it's a thoroughbred sports machine. Look closer at GTS variants and you'll see darkened accents, aggressive rear bumper sculpting, and lightweight options like carbon fiber panels, all telling the story of a driver-focused machine meant for those who refuse compromise. Open the door and step inside. This is where Porsche masterfully balances tradition and technology. The cockpit embraces you, low and snug, yet airy thanks to the clean dashboard architecture. Right in front, the curved digital instrument cluster greets the driver with configurable displays. But Porsche knows its roots, so they keep a central tachometer, a digital homage to analog days. It's the heartbeat of the car, always centered, always reminding you of the flat 6 screaming behind you. The steering wheel feels just right, a compact, tactile, loaded with multifunction buttons, yet never cluttered. Look to the center console and you'll find the 10.9-inch infotainment screen, running Porsche Communication Management. It's sharp, fluid, and customizable, letting drivers download features directly via the App Center. You can access everything from Amazon Alexa to Porsche's own driving data recorder right here. For audiophiles, the integration of Dolby Atmos takes the sound system whether Bose or Burmester to new levels of immersion. Every touchpoint feels premium. The leather stitching is precise, the air vents discreet, the trim customizable from classic brushed aluminum to high-gloss carbon fiber. Carrera T interiors play with unique themes, a sports text plaid fabric, contrasting gentian blue details, and lightweight glass, reminding you this isn't just luxury, it's driving passion woven into material form. Rear seats remain small, symbolic more than practical, but fold them down and you gain extra storage for a weekend getaway. The cabin is equal parts cockpit and lounge, making the driver feel like the star while still accommodating comfort. Under the hood, all this style lives the beating heart. The base Carrera's 3.0-liter twin-turbo flat 6 pushes out nearly 388 horsepower, with torque delivery tuned for responsive acceleration. The 0-60 sprint in 3.9 seconds feels instant and visceral, the PDK dual-clutch firing off shifts with machine-like precision. For drivers craving more, the Carrera S steps up to 473 horsepower, shaving the 0-60 down to just over 3 seconds, a numbers once reserved for supercars, now wrapped in Porsche usability. Then comes the 4S, sending power to all four wheels, ensuring grip through corners and confidence in all conditions. And for the first time, the GTS adopts a hybrid system. Porsche calls it the T-Hybrid, adding electric torque to the flat six. The result is over 534 horsepower, instant low-end shove, and track times that rewrite what's possible for a 911 not wearing a turbo or GT badge. But raw numbers only tell half the story. The way the Carrera handles is its true magic. The steering is precise, weighty, and Alivia connects you directly to the asphalt. Porsche active suspension management constantly adjusts damping for comfort or aggression, depending on your mood. Add in options like rear axle steering and ceramic composite brakes, and suddenly this car transforms from an everyday commuter to an all-one-fourth Nürburgring assassin. Few cars in the world offer such duality: docile enough to daily drive, savage enough to set lap records. It's this breadth of ability that cements the 911's reputation. Now let's talk about price, because exclusivity doesn't come cheap. The entry-level Carrera begins just above $130,000, depending on market, while the Carrera 4S stretches closer to $154,000. The Cabriolet, with its open-air thrill, nudges into the $167,000 range, and the Targa 4S, combining style with all-wheel confidence, approaches $169,000. Then come options, because Porsche loves customization: carbon ceramic brakes, custom paint, leather upgrades, lightweight package. Each edition brings not only character but also dollars. It's entirely possible to spec a Carrera well into the $200,000 range, especially if you dive into Porsche exclusive manufacturer's catalog. But buyers here know, this isn't about cost. It's about crafting a car to your taste, a personalized expression of performance. And yet, when you stand back and look at the Carrera, it never feels overpriced, because what you're buying isn't just leather and horsepower. You're buying decades of motorsport legacy, engineering mastery, and an identity that stretches back to 1963. The 2026 Carrera doesn't just drive, it communicates, it engages, it becomes an extension of the driver. So here we are, at the end of this journey. The 2026 Porsche 911 Carrera isn't a reinvention, and that's the point. It's refinement, iteration, perfection of a formula that Porsche has guarded and evolved for 6 decades. From its front fascia to its iconic tail, from its plush yet purposeful interior to its heart-pounding flat-six performance, this car bridges tradition and tomorrow. Whether you choose the base Carrera, the sharper S, the all-weather 4S, or the electrified GTS, you're stepping into an experience unlike any other. If this review has brought the 911 to life for you, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Car Auto Tune-Up, and ring the bell so you won't miss our next deep dive into the world's most exciting cars. Drop a comment. Would you take the base Carrera for purity, or spec out a GTS for cutting-edge hybrid performance? We want to hear your dream build. Until next time, keep your engines tuned, your tires warm, and your passion for cars alive.